Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is still the 30th of December of 2021. I'm not yet in 2022, but I have started writing again, so I thought I would start this vlog here and just see where it goes. So basically, I started writing yesterday a lot for my chapter 16. So this is me trying to figure out how to write this chapter, and I feel like it's not like it's massive spoilers or anything, so I might just play that footage a little bit at least, and you'll see I don't think that my writing style is very good when I first write something, and so I'm just giving you a fair warning that the writing style is not all the best. It comes later for me when I actually do line edits. So I'm back after this little interlude of me typing away that chapter, and I think what motivated me, and I wanted to touch briefly upon this, it's basically recently I attended a live on YouTube from this channel that does like these author lives, and they often do a lot of interactions with the audience in there, and I think at some point we talked about January writing month. So normally there's a thing called NaNoWriMo, which is National, I think November National Writing Month or something like that, and it's a month where people all try to cram in 50,000 words into this one month and try to write an entire novel or something, or like write as much as they can basically. And I think these two girls were talking about it happening in January and people trying to do the same thing in January unofficially, so not using the official website that does this. And one of them mentioned this Discord channel that basically is going to organize this, and I was like, yeah, I am motivated to do this because I feel like November for me is always the worst month and I could never do it in November, but January could potentially happen. At least I have the New Year motivation as well. So I thought I could participate in that, and that's why I joined the Discord. And on the Discord in question, they had a channel in there that was basically writing sprints, and it's just like a bot that starts the sprint and you have 20 minutes to achieve it, and you tell, you know, you say you want to join, and then afterwards you say how many words you wrote, and it tells you how many words every person has written and the total together of words written in that one session. I thought it was quite fun. I really wanted to join in, so I did 2 sessions, so of 20 minutes each, and that's how I wrote my entire chapter 16. That's how I managed to put it back together. So that was so motivating, and I was thinking I should do that more often, and just it seems like a lot of people are constantly doing these sprints. So I think that's going to be my goal for this vlog and for this month. I think I'm going to try to join more writing sprints, and I'm going to try to join NaNoWriMo, I guess, and see how that goes. Hello again. So today is Wednesday the 5th of January, and I thought I would give you a small update. So basically I've now been doing, well, I haven't written anything today yet, so I've been doing 4 days in total of the NaNoWriMo challenge. And honestly, I'm really enjoying it. It's been so good for my productivity. Like, I have written so much already. The challenge normally should be 50,000 words, but I decided to push myself to do 75,000 in 1 month because technically I am just reusing my old draft in a lot of places, and there are a lot of moments that go really, really fast. Some that I need to rewrite and that, you know, need a little bit more time spent on, but the majority of the work is there, and I already had most of the words written out since my second draft was already 92,000 something like that words. So it's a little bit less hard for me to reach that point than it is, I think, for someone who's, you know, starting from scratch and writing brand new words. So what I did recently was actually move everything from my Word document to Scrivener. I've not been using Scrivener all that much for this project. I tried to at some point, but it felt like so much effort and I didn't really want to try and move it all. And then I realized it would be really useful just to keep track of things. And also because I'm now in the middle of restructuring actual parts of the novel. So although before it was literally just line editing, that was my first edit. So that's why I call it a draft 2. For my draft 2, all I did was line editing. And so I was fine with just using my Word doc because it was really easy that way. But now that I've actually moved things around, it's a lot easier to see the scenes and realize, oh, this scene is useless. For instance, I deleted an entire chapter yesterday because the whole scene within this chapter was kind of useless and I could just make it into a smaller paragraph within the next chapter, just like summarize what had happened. So that's what I did. And it's so much easier to see this when I have it all, you know, as like the corkboard view that you have on Scrivener and things like that. So I think that's going to help me move forward as well. And then the third thing I wanted to talk about as well is that I have decided to try, I don't know yet whether I'm going to manage to do it on time, but I've decided to try and participate in Author Mentor Match. And this is a program that's been, I think it's organized by Alexa Dunn and other people who are matching people with a mentor for writing. And the idea is that they show you a bunch of mentors, there's a list on the website, and all of those people have, at the very least, an agent, which is kind of the first step in getting traditionally published. You want to get an agent, and then that agent gets you through submissions to editors, and then you get an editor who wants your book, if you're lucky. So many different steps in order to get traditionally published, and the very first step is query and then get an agent through that query. Basically, with the Author Mentor Match program, what happens is you get matched with an author who is agented, and they help you get your manuscript ready for getting an agent. They help you get it to the point where it's actually going to be viewed by agents that are going to want to work with you. So it's not to say that one, you automatically get a mentor. You might not get through the AMM program, you might not get the mentor that you want, etc. But I think it would be like a really cool first step in helping me understand my process better and see whether I have a shot at it and all that. And I guess it's also not a guarantee afterwards that you will get an agent automatically from doing this. It's just, I think, a way of bettering yourself, and that's what I want to do. I really, really want to see this project coming out at some point, and for me that is predominantly in traditional publishing that I'd like to try first. But if this doesn't work out for me, I really do enjoy my book. I know that this sounds a little bit like self-assured. I just mean it in the way that I enjoy rereading it. So I think it's a fun story, and it's a story that I would personally enjoy reading myself as a reader. Therefore, I want to get it out whatever happens. So even if I don't manage to get through traditional publishing, maybe then I will go down the independent publishing route. That's the idea, at least. So this is what I'm going to try and participate in. However, the opening for the Author Mentor Match system thing that you have to like send your applications for and everything, the opening for the applications is between the 12th and the 14th of January. And therefore, I need to get my ass moving and get my manuscript as ready as possible for this. today is already Thursday the 13th of January and it's already 8:41 p.m. I've had a hell of a work week, and especially today I've had to work quite late. Work-wise, it's been a little bit tiring mentally, and also just I've not had much time to do much writing. And the thing is, it's UK time, and tomorrow morning UK time, AMM closes the submission time, because I think I went to check what time it was closing at, and I believe it's 8 a.m. Where I am, because let me check the timing. Yeah, so basically looking at the AMM website, it does say here that they will close at 11:59 p.m. PT on January 14th. January 14th is tomorrow. 11:59 PT to, what am I? GMT, to UK time, basically, is, oh wait, no, it's later. Let's add a date, 14th. Wait, okay, so, just double checking this. Basically, I have way more time than I thought I did. I've just discovered this. I'm such a fucking idiot. I kind of thought that basically midnight on the 14th, so tomorrow night, which is the deadline for sending these submissions, was gonna mean I needed to send it by 8 a.m. the same day. So 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and I was like, that leaves me just tonight to work on this. And in reality, it's the other way around. It means I have until 8 a.m. on the day after to submit. So I have a whole other evening, so I can look at it tonight and tomorrow night, and I don't have any plans for Friday because I'm a loser. So that means I can actually work this within my schedule, not completely panic, because yeah, I've had a lot of work and I've just not been able to properly look at the questions yet, and I wanted to film myself reacting to the questions. I do have most of everything else, as in I have 50 pages of my manuscript. I just want to do a very quick review, line edit extremely fast. I don't have time to do any more than that, I think. I do have a synopsis that I just need to modify a little bit. I think I need to change the beginning of it, because that's the main thing that has changed in my story. I do have, what else do we need? An actual query letter. So that I do have a query letter. I just need to make sure that it's addressed to the right people, that all the right information that they're asking for is in there, that if there's any specificities, like it's meant to be sent as part of the body of the email. So I do know that they're saying format your subject line, category, genre / title. So I just need to make sure that I'm doing that in the body of my email and all that it's all correct, basically. But apart from that, I do have a query, I do have my partial, I do have my synopsis. I just need to look at the questions that are in this little questionnaire. So I thought I would look at the questions and react to them at the same time. I'm not gonna do a screen grab, a screen share, a screen recording. I'm not gonna do a screen recording because, one, I don't know how much that's gonna make my computer struggle if I do that at the same time as an audio recording. And also, I don't know how okay it is for me to do that. I don't know whether I'm not allowed to share any of these questions. I hope I'm fine sharing some of these questions. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I just wanted to have a quick look. It starts by telling you the email addresses that you need to send this to, whether you're submitting for middle grade, young adult, or adult. And also it does mention, again, what you need to send in the email. So the query, the synopsis, and the 50 pages, or 3 chapters. It does say whichever is longer. Book title: is your book YA, MG, or adult? Please choose one. Okay. I think for me, I really consider The Art of Summoning Demons to be essentially new adult, but on the younger side. Because even though it is new adult in my head, because she's in college, my main character is, and there's a couple of scenes where I wanted to get hot and heavy, and there's a couple of scenes that are a little bit more horror and gruesome, and like there's a few dead bodies scattered around this book, so, and they're described, so it is a new adult in my head, but it is also more young adult because she's just 19, she's still going to school, even though it's college instead of high school. She's not yet in the adult world, technically, I guess. Manuscript subgenre. So this is the part that I always find really difficult. I guess I'm gonna pick. It's kind of urban fantasy / contemporary fantasy. I think people call it contemporary fantasy nowadays, so I'm gonna keep contemporary fantasy. My word count, so it is between 76k and 99k. What books or other popular media, if any, would you comp your manuscript to? That was to be expected, so I can add that. Have you queried this manuscript or any previous version of this book? So I have, but just not to that many people. Then you get to select which mentors you want to submit to, and you can select up to 4 of them. So we'll go back to, I've saved the mentors that I was interested in. There's more than 4, so I will have to go back just to double check which ones I really want to. Are you open to working with a different mentor than the ones to whom you have applied? Yeah, definitely. So if a mentor suggests that I work with a different mentor that they think my manuscript is better for, then I'm definitely going to take that. They probably know that better than I do, so of course. Book information and pitch history. What drew you to write it? Okay, so I need to think about that and write a little bit about this. A brief pitch, any insights into your inspiration is good. Have you previously completed and queried previous manuscripts? Participated in any pitch contests? Anything you think might be relevant in terms of your writing/publishing experiences? Well, I hope they're not expecting me to have published things and won awards to things, because that's just not the case. But I will talk about my brief pitch history, I guess. Manuscript number and revision history. So that's a really good question, and I'm really glad it's in there, because I do need to mention that, yeah, so they do want to know in there which draft number it is, but also if I've ever completed any other manuscripts before this one, which I have, just in French, not in English. But I do want to explain how I am in the middle of my big restructural work that has been done for the most part, because it was in the beginning of it. So that part is already done. I just need to finish revising the rest of the book, but I'm very close. So where am I at, actually? I'm at, oh my God, just 100 words more and I will hit 60k. So I'm only 30k-ish short of finishing revising this draft. So I'm very excited for that. I'm really, really happy for that. Cool. That is exciting. NaNoWriMo is working for me. It is working for me. Cool. So there's also a question about if there's any content warnings, if you've ever been previously agented, which I have not. What are your long-term career aspirations? Where do you hope to see you and your books in 2 years, 5 years, 10? That's very cool. I do need to have also a proper think about that question and write a proper answer to it. What other kind of projects are you working on? Do you hope to work on? So I think I may talk about my current work in progress, which is called the Night Shifter series, which I talk about in another video. I think it will be out before this one, where I'm summarizing everything that I wrote in 2021. I'll put a card up here. So what are some of the publishers/publishing avenues you have in mind for your book? Okay, that's actually good that I read everything, because I was already thinking this would go in the long-term career aspirations question, but actually that's a separate question. So yeah, are there any pitch contests or the writing-related deadlines you have in mind for this manuscript that we should be aware of? No, not really. I guess I have a deadline of I want to try and query this manuscript officially to agents within 2022. And then if it doesn't happen, if it doesn't work out, then I want to look at self-publishing avenues in 2023. That's my goal. I think I need to have some sort of a deadline like this one in order for this to happen, because it's going to be harder if I just have very vague ideas of when this will happen. I just think I need to be a little bit more specific in my mind. So those are my deadlines. Are there specific issues with your manuscript that you hope your mentor will help to address? I have a few, but not really, in the sense that, like, if I knew, I would have fixed them by now. I'm so scared of just not being a good writer at all. And I think part of it comes from the fact that a lot of the requests, the manuscript wish list that those people have, by the way, on this website, a lot of the mentors have in their wish list lyrical, literary style. I don't have that. I'm like the further away from a lyrical style. I don't actually enjoy reading it, to be fair, so I don't think it should be my style, but it makes me scared that means I'm not a good writer. It makes me really scared that the fact that I can't write purple prose means that I'm not good enough. What are you hoping to get out of your mentor relationship? And do you have any questions for us? Cool. So that's the whole form. I'm going to send it tomorrow when my package is ready to send by email at the same time. So tonight, I'm going to have a look at 1, fixing my synopsis, 2, line editing my current 50 pages, 3, I'm going to have a quick think about some of those questions already, although I think that might be the part that I finish tomorrow. So I think my priority is going to be my manuscript and my synopsis. So tonight is Friday the 14th of January and it is 11:23, so it's already quite late. Last night, I did actually finish doing quite a bit. I finished rewriting my synopsis. The lighting completely changed as I just put up one of the wide screens on my computer rather than some of the dark screens. Anyway, I'll just leave that on because it makes for more light. What I did yesterday is I have prepared my draft in my emails with the body being the query. So that's ready and it's accurate. Like I've updated it to match my current query. And I've also finished reworking my synopsis. So I'm going to attach this now. So that's one thing that's already attached. Open. There we go. So now my synopsis is attached and I've also put in the proper object, like the proper email title. So it's the genre and then the title of the novel. So it says here, YA Contemporary Fantasy, The Art of Summoning Demons. So now that that's done, what I'm still working on currently is the questions. So I've just finished now, tonight. It's already late. It's already 11:25 and I've just finished rereading all of the parts of the body copy that I'm going to send, so the 51st pages of my novel. What I need to do is still put them into a Word document because they're currently on Scrivener. I think there's like an easy way to do this. I just need to look it up so that I don't mess it up. But yeah, I can just make that into a Word doc. I need to answer the questions I haven't answered yet. And then I can finally send both. Okay, so today's the day after. It's Saturday the 15th of Jan, and I just wanted to kind of conclude this video because I think this is a good spot to stop, and I've actually finished my submission and I sent it. That's all I wanted to finish this vlog on, just the success of me having finally done this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure that I made such a good job at answering the questions that were in the submission questionnaire because I think I was really tired. It was quite late. It was past 11 p.m. in the evening. So I don't know if my answers in the submission were good enough, formulated well enough, and frankly, most of them, I very briefly reread them. So if there's any spelling mistakes in there, I hope that it doesn't disqualify me as, oh, this girl just can't write. So let's not even read her synopsis and her 50 pages. But again, I have to reiterate this, both for me and for you guys. If I don't get any mentor, if I don't get accepted by any of the mentors, I'm not going to take it hugely badly, because it is very much hanging on preference at this point, I think. I don't actually think that my submission is bad or anything like that, but it was hard to find the correct mentors, the people that would really have something in their manuscript wish list that corresponded to me and to my story. And I think more than that as well, in the way that I've answered the questions and everything, someone is going to read that and be like, oh, that's my vibe, that's my type of person, or not at all. I don't like the way that she's presenting herself. I just don't think we're going to make a good match. I think it's a lot to do with preference and not just, is this person good or not? So I don't actually think that a rejection, which again, I think the AMM mentors would tell people, it's not a rejection. It's literally just, we had to pick someone else rather than we reject you. So I think it's more about that rather than about rejecting people. So that's about it. On this note, I feel like I've had a very full first half of January in terms of writing. Also, forget my face. I literally woke up 15 minutes before I started filming this, and that's why I left the brightness on super high, because I'm like, maybe it'll hide the bags under my eyes, but I don't think it does. I think I'm happy with this first half of January in terms of writing, and I'm definitely going to power through and write a lot more. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed this journey. And if you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing, ring that bell, all that jazz, and then we'll see you guys in the next one. So I lied. I did say that my last video that I filmed yesterday was going to be the conclusion to this writing vlog for part 1 of January. But actually, this is going to be the conclusion to this video, because I had some news. So this morning, I woke up really early. Normally what I do is I just check my phone, check what time it is, go back to sleep. Really early for me is 8:30 for a Sunday morning. It is early for me. For other people, it might not be. I'm just claiming it as early for me personally. So 8:30 a.m. I wake up, I see that I have an email, so I just click on it to see what it is, whether it's important, because if my phone flags to me I have an email, then it's not the usual type. It means it's not one of the ads I get. It means maybe it's a family member sending me an email or something like that. So curiosity won. I opened it, and it was a request for a full manuscript from the AMM program. So I immediately woke up, like my brain was awake at that time. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna fall back asleep with that news. I was overjoyed, like over the moon. Now, I did say literally right before, I won't be feeling too sad if I don't get in, just because I understand that people have preferences and I might just not be someone's cup of tea right now, which is totally fine. That doesn't mean that my writing is bad. This still stands. Getting a request for a full manuscript does not mean that I'm going to get a mentor, because very much so the same mentor could have asked for a bunch of other full manuscripts. I have no idea how many they would have asked for. This would still feel like a win to me, because off the back of feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome every now and then, and wondering every now and then, am I even a good writer, or am I just shit? I don't even know. Sometimes I just ask myself that question. It feels a lot like, this is reassuring. My beginning is now compelling enough that a native English speaker was interested in it. And that tells me, even if I don't get further with it, I'm way more ready to start querying again. I'm way more ready than where I was at when I first did it, when I first started trying to query with my half-assed manuscript that had a lot of structural issues. I think my beginning has now officially been fixed, and this is just confirmation of that. So yeah, that's it. I wanted to share the news because I feel like it was such a good way to end the week, especially after a hard work week for me. I'm going to stop here. But again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to continue in vlog part 2 of this month anyway, so I will see you guys later. Please leave a like, leave a comment down below. I always try to respond. Consider subscribing, ring that bell, all that jazz, and I will see you guys in the next one.